Not it took y'all some light-skinned peen for y'all to be interested in seeing a Broadway show. Y'all are sick. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. What is going on, y'all? Welcome to another King of Reads video. We got a lot of things to talk about today. It's been a lot going on, and it's only, May the 10th. We got the stuff with young Thug and Gunna and the RICO charges. Girl, even Jack Harlow has been named. It's a lot going on in Fulton County, and I'm not even in Atlanta right now, so I'm getting all the tea. We also got the situation that happened with Jesse Williams and his peen being leaked from this Broadway show that he's doing. I have so many thoughts on that. Also, Wendy Williams talking about that she is going to be returning to the Wendy Williams show on Fat Joe's Instagram Live, and then come to find out that's not true. Girl, we got a lot of things to cover. So before we get into all of that, let's go ahead and get into this mental health check-in. So what's going on, you all? I am in New York City to see this Broadway show, and I cannot wait to tell you all about it. I'm actually going out this evening to go see it. So when I finish doing this video, I'm going to go ahead and get my clothes and stuff together so I can go ahead and head out. But I want to put out some content for this Tuesday, girl. I've been around New York, pooching around, so you see me. I already seen somebody at TSA. I saw somebody at the airport speak to me, and it's been really, really beautiful. I've seen one of my friends on Instagram walking. Like, it's been really, really sweet. I love New York. I haven't been since 2018, and this is the first time I've been by myself and just kind of like had my own itinerary and things I want to do. So I am loving it. It's everything. So with that being said, I'm saying I'm doing really good. I do have a lot of thoughts on some other stuff, but I am taking those thoughts over to Patreon and talk about how it feels to be in another city and experience certain things that I will keep private. That's on my Patreon. But go ahead and follow on Patreon at King of Reads, honey, and we'll see you over there. So let's go ahead and get into the tea for today. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's jump right on in and talk about Jesse Williams and his peen. Girl, Jesse Williams was trending for a minute yesterday. The girls was trying their best to figure out where this picture came from. I was honestly, when I saw it, I wasn't sure how to feel, because I was like, what is the reason behind this? Where did it come from? What is he doing? Then when I saw the clip, I was like, look like it's a scene. It looked like something snuck. Like somebody snuck and took a picture or whatever, and come to find out it was from a Broadway show. And the name of the Broadway show is called Take Me Out. From my understanding, from what people are saying, is that it's a kind of a queer scene or something, like a gay scene or something. Not like sex or something, but it was homoerotic or something. I don't necessarily know. And somebody took a picture, recorded it. Now, doing this Broadway show, you're supposed to not take pictures, you're not supposed to record anything. You're supposed to respect the actors and actresses on stage and all that. And you're supposed to lock your phones up. And from what I'm hearing, from my guy Damone Williams, who I follow on Twitter, he is an actor and does a lot of, he's done a Broadway show before, and he talked about how disrespectful that is. And it made me really think, because I was uncomfortable when I seen it. I was like, is this something that he was purposely done? I don't like when nudes and stuff get dropped on a timeline, or they get dropped on socials or whatever, they get exposed without a person's consent. I am not a fan of that. And I really am disgusted sometimes when I see how people react to it. And maybe this is just me. I know a lot of folks don't have this politic, but when we talk about like consent, like consuming this person, this celebrity, and oh my gosh, Peen is talking about all of that and stuff, and I'm like, I hope Jesse Williams is mentally okay, because that is something that cannot be taken off. Like, now he has to deal with his stuff being exposed, and trust me, I know he knows, hey, I'm doing this is my job. But when we take away consent from somebody, like you're taking a picture without someone's consent, you violated him. Yes, it happens, but think about when we say we allow things to happen, like, oh, it just happened, y'all should know better. That dips into rape culture, because it's like, oh, things happen, or I'm not gonna ask that, I'm not gonna ask you, then you can say I'm not doing all that. Like, it's like a fine line, and we be crossing it. Like, folks be crossing, like, that picture should have never been taken. It should have never been done. Yes, there's a possibility that it could happen, that somebody would do it. But that is disrespectful. Like, that's a violation, and that's not right. And seeing how everybody was talking about him, and I like, to be honest, being on Twitter and the freak Twitter, well, I'm not on there. I don't have no content on there yet. But seeing how folks were talking about all this, I've seen plenty of peens. I've seen plenty of them. She was a cute piece, but I'm just like, I'm not interested or excited about it because this is not something that somebody posted with like them giving us consent to watch it. And I'm not interested in consuming something that is not consensual like that. I don't like it. It feels really weird. And this is why conversations about desirability are so needed, because how we consume said celebrities who are desirable is disgusting. Like, you literally had folks sharing this video, sending it to everybody, just, oh, this meat is giving, da da da. It's just like, he's not even a person anymore. He's not even a person anymore. It's just like, oh, he's cute, light skin, got a big piece, da da da. And now it's just like, he's not even a person. It's not even a person. It's not even about his acting. It's not about anything. He's just desirable. That's it. And people were just going back and forth, just having a whole conversation about thirsting over and saying, I'm just like, I'm really turned off by it. I didn't retweet any of it. I didn't have no conversation about it. It just didn't do anything. I've seen plenty of peens on social media, and like, it's just like, girl, it's just another peen. It's just another peen, to be honest. I'm just like, why is there so much hoorah on this one? Because we see so many, but I think it's the fact that it's someone we know. It's a celebrity, and it's a desirable celebrity. Because these celebrities are not human beings. They're here for our consumption. And since he is desirable, he's even more consumable. Like, people are now like, oh my gosh, like, I want more. It's just like, this is a whole person. And I just don't know, maybe I'd be thinking too much, and I don't really care if I do, but I think we really need to take a second and look how we engage and stuff like that, because that's not right. Even if the body is desirable, their pictures should not be posted on social media without their consent. It should not be done like that. And that's just not it at all. Like, folks have already turned into gifts and stuff. I just really hate it here. I really do hate it here, to be honest. But, you know, it is what it is. A lot of folks been talking about it all day, and I'm just looking at y'all like, y'all need some help. Let's move on. Let's talk about Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams was on Fat Joe's Live, and she said that she is coming back to the Wendy Williams show. And the girls over there, sources over there saying, girl, Wendy Williams, it's logistically impossible for her to come back. It's not going to happen. Them folks over there are not going to take a chance on Wendy Williams. She's already had several things happen over the course of the years during her disappearance and her health and all that. They're already moving full steam ahead with Sherri Shepherd. That's not changing. I don't see that changing at all. I think that's just what it is. Wendy Williams might as well do like a podcast, maybe a weekly or bi-weekly podcast. That way she can take time away when she needs to or whatever, and it's not too much work. But I just don't see Wendy Williams returning to TV in that form. I don't care how many pictures she takes with these folks and all that other stuff. Like, it's just not giving. It's just not giving. And I think she knows that. I think she's trying to put the pressure and have the fans interested and talking about it and like, oh girl, but we don't want Sherri Shepherd no more. We want Wendy. But let's say Wendy does come back. Let's say Wendy Williams does come back to daytime TV on the Wendy Williams show. Let's say she's doing well for 2 years and then the same thing happened. They're not willing to take that. They're like, girl, we might as well cut our losses now because it's not getting better. Because I feel like they had already tried to do this a couple of years ago, but she came back. So it's like, oh girl, no man. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Because they ain't doing that. This is a multi-billion-dollar company. They're not gonna waste their time. Why would they waste their time? That video Cardi B saying that always takes me out. So the song wasn't doing that much numbers. So why would they waste their time? Oh my God. So yeah, girl, it's a mess. let's move on to some good news over at Wiley College. I love good news.
I love good news. Love good news. I just love good news.
So the students at Wiley College received a message during their graduation is that all of their balances from the graduating class have been wiped clean. There was a nice considerable donation made and paid all of the balances or whatever. And this is from People magazine. Over 100 students gathered Saturday to celebrate the graduation from a historically black college in East Texas, according to a press release from the school. Little did they know, the school's president and CEO, Dr. Herman J. Felton Jr., would announce during the commencement ceremony that the graduates' remaining balances totaling $300,000 would disappear. The announcement of clear balances for graduates was a welcome surprise as students and parents were demonstrative in the audience when they heard the news, the school said. So this is beautiful. Now what's interesting about that is you had 100 students. Their balance altogether was $300,000. So that's a little bit, so that's $3,000 per student. I wonder, I have so many questions behind it, but this is a good thing. According to the release, school cost of attendance has been reduced in recent years to $17,500, which includes tuition fees and room and board. The estimated total for balances owed to the college by the graduating class of 2022 was $300,000. Now, I'm glad this happened for Wiley College because you don't ever see this with other HBCUs. You always see it with Morehouse, Spelman, Clark, or maybe FAMU occasionally, but you don't ever see it with the smaller HBCUs who kind of been struggling over the last couple of years. And I'm glad this happened. I'm really, really glad that happened, and I'm hoping that, you know, the students who are graduating are able to stay debt free. But we know that that's not a thing, unfortunately. Like, we have to have somebody make a donation and stuff. And I really don't like these good stories. Like, I don't really look at them as good stories because we should not be allowing folks to graduate out of college in debt. Like, yes, it's good, but we can't continuously have, you know, rich folks save poor people for press. We can't have that. Like, folks will celebrate, oh my gosh, but we shouldn't have these scenarios from the beginning. See, this is what makes me different from a person like Kevin Samuels, because although I'm thankful for a person paying the debt down for like 100 students, a total of $300,000 in debt, but we got to talk about why these students have debt from the beginning. Like, because tuition should be free, point blank, period. So that's the conversation. That's what separates folks who are researching and doing it and have the knowledge and the expertise to speak on said topics versus just talking off of their feelings. Come on. Now let's talk about these RICO charges, because it's getting serious out here. And girl, I was out here doing some, I gotta get the laptop, girl. Let me get the laptop. So Young Thug Gunna charged with conspiracy to violate RICO and sweeping Georgia indictment. This is coming from USA Today. Young Thug co-founded a violent street gang that committed multiple murders, shootings, and carjackings over roughly a decade and promoted its activities and songs on social media. Prosecutors allege in a sprawling indictment that charges him, rapper Gunna, and 26 others with racketeering. The 88-page indictment filed Monday in Georgia Fulton County quotes lyrics from multiple music videos as evidence and excuses alleged gang members of the committing violent crimes to collect money for the gang, promote its reputation, and enhance its power and territory. The Atlanta-based rapper, who was 30, whose real name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams, was one of the 28 defendants named in the indictment, along with fellow rapper Gunna, 28, real name Sergio Giovanni Kitchens. Both are charged with conspiracy to violate the Racketeering Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act. Baby, this is some anti-black shit, RICO. Now, from me doing research and stuff, from these RICO charges and stuff, this is something that has been going on for years, since like the 70s or 80s or something. This is how they was able to break up some of the gangs and stuff in New York. Now we're seeing them use this against black folks. Now, what this kind of means, what they're saying is that they have enough information. Like, somebody was in there singing. Somebody was in there, girl. They said, who did they say? These folks have enough information to do the things. Like, girl, they got the text messages, they got everything. And you have folks on social media saying, who is out here snitching? Who is out here talking? And the girl was like, girl, these rappers are here telling all of what they do in the music. Like, they talk about it so much. And you had one of the attorneys who literally said in her video, her video that, girl, that's what we went off of. Now, what's interesting about this, now, let's talk about it, because I'm gonna go there a little bit, because I honestly don't know how to feel about it. I don't feel any type of way behind this, to be honest. I don't feel any type of way. I don't know how to feel about this, because I don't know. This is a difficult thing, but what I am saying is that there's a lot of things that is going on that these folks are not, these prosecutors and the other folks are not investigating. Like, it's some serious stuff. Like, we had folks trying to overthrow the federal government. Like, literally tearing shit up. Like, literally, like, oh girl, like, you had a president that was literally trying to, like, commit a coup. Like, you had that going, like, serious stuff. And I'm not saying that, you know, shootings and murders and stuff is not a real thing and all the other stuff, but it just goes to show you that, like, it just goes to show you that when it comes to the police and the FBI and all the other stuff, they are a system that is not holding themselves accountable, and the white folks who doing stuff, they should be held accountable. It's black and brown folks who are suffering under the law. And while you got all these, you know, like, black folks, like these black cishet men who were out here saying, oh, I don't believe in that, I don't support Black Lives Matter, not the organization, but the meaning behind it. And, oh, y'all saying abolish the police and all that, I ain't with all that type of stuff. Like, girl, this is what happens. This is what happens. This is what happens. Like, we have these folks are, like, it's corruption. Like, it's corruption. I'm not saying this is corrupt, but it's just that system is not beneficial for black and brown folks. Point blank, period. Yes, they might stop something or report a crime or whatever, or find the killer and something. Oh, yes, we might see that every once in a while, but the overall thing of it is just not getting. And it's very self-serving. They pick and choose who and what is important to them. And that's just my take on it, girl. But I would be following it, because I am not a law expert, all that other stuff. But so they're saying that YFN Lucci was the one who was out here singing like a bird. Like, he was out here naming, who his real name is Rayshawn Bennett. They allegedly, Young Thug been trying to get him out of here, and he been in there singing like a bird. So what they're saying is YFN Lucci was the person who has been talking and telling these folks stuff. So now that's why they probably came out to Young Thug and all these other folks. Girl, they even named Jack Harlow. And one of the things, like, Jack Harlow is not, you know, it's not being arrested or whatever, but they named him in the investigation. Girl, it's a mess. Honestly, after seeing this video of Jack Harlow being picked up by these two black men, he need to be arrested and charged after that.
Electric chair.
What the hell? And you two black men picking this man up because he didn't want to allegedly have his shoes messed up or whatever. Girl, y'all out of control. Out of control. But I will be following the story and all the other stuff. Because, girl, this is a mess. But tell me what y'all think about all the topics we talked about today. Honey, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for this play. Y'all wish me luck. I love y'all. And until next time, I'll talk y'all later tonight. Bye.